What up, y'all? It is the Frolfer podcast from the folks over at Frolfer Magazine. You can find us at frolfer.com. Hey!
We can go to the bar, get
Up
the
the dog,
Smoke
look
that
at
tumbleweed.
tumbleweed.
Alright.
As the
Everywhere
marijuana
we
burns,
go,
we take our turns.
singing them dirty rap songs
Stop.
and hit the bong like Cheech and Chong. I don't know. Like
Take don't need a Hong
Hong
Kong.
Kong.
So roll
your
the
joint.
Pick out the seeds and
stems.
Get high as hell like through Fondale.
Smoking
Smoking
that
that
Indian
Alright.
Alright, so we're live!
Great way
Oh, Frolfer.com
to start the
podcast.
podcast.
We are live on the podcast. Hey, what's up? It's Adam and
Codes.
And Austin.
we have a
Back
guest.
again.
We have a guest today for the first time ever. It is
Kate Vitali.
what's your PDGA number, Kate? So they can,
sorry, right. PDGA number 75642.
that's just so they can play
Ooh.
along at home. You know what I mean? Like they can go look at your
Check the
stats.
stats that you
out.
just won a
Check
tournament
the
and everything, you know.
stats.
Check me out,
Yeah,
guys.
just winner chicken dinner tonight.
All right, so we'll just get right into it. First, real quick, let me just make sure. There we go.
Ciao.
We just finished up the GSS, the Georgia Super 6 Series event number
Tris.
Trace. It was at Haywood Valley. It's called the
Eagle Eye Open.
Eagle
It was
Eye
the
Open.
9th annual. This is Wes and David is his father.
and we've talked
The
about Wes
Campbells.
Campbell before. Yeah,
the
those
Campbell's
guys.
private property. They'd run this tournament for the last 9 years.
It's incredible, right?
Oh, dude, it is one of the most amazing pieces of property, and I will be back every year.
This
It's
sold
one of those
out. And
tournaments.
is this the one that sold out in 2.5 minutes?
Sold out in 2.5 minutes. But
Yeah.
later subject to discuss,
Oh boy,
they had 30 people drop.
30.
And
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
it
last
feels like
3
GBO
weeks.
at this point.
In
Yeah,
the last 3
Yeah.
weeks of the tournament being signed.
I mean, we could.
that's
Let's just
crazy.
talk about that now.
No,
Yeah,
we're
man.
going to talk about the tournament recap.
Okay.
Recap the weekend first.
I mean,
but
yeah, that's fine.
That's-
Cody, Cody and Austin were both at
Yeah,
Eagle Eye Open.
and
so
so
was Kate.
So was Kate. That's
Yeah.
right. We're gonna get
That was totally
Man,
different.
this is gonna set up the conversation for later very, very well about how men just don't give a fuck about women's disc golf for
Jeez,
some
Adam.
reason.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
That's why
saying.
it's
We're gonna dispel those rumors. But I'm saying like that was a bad example. But everyone here except for me was at Eagle Eye Open.
Right.
Austin, you were playing in Open
I was. I came in second.
behind the homie though.
First loser to my main man Matt Versola.
Oh yeah. So hey, so you lost to Versola.
Yeah, I lost to Versola. He and I played all 3 rounds together actually, and he beat me by 1 the first round, beat me by 1 again the second round, and then we tied the last round. But he and I have been super tight ever since I first started. I mean, he smashed a 400-foot ace over water, like the second round I'd ever played with him out at White Oak. And
Right.
Nice.
I mean, I was like, dude, I have got to play with you every single weekend if you're gonna do shit like that.
We've talked about
For
it
sure.
before. He's super positive too. He's
Oh,
the guy's
Oh,
like
dude.
he will critique your form in the best ways your form has ever been critiqued. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He and I are. He's definitely helped me out, and then you know now that I'm getting better and we're all getting better. I tell him when he's not like doing something right, and
You catch
and
his
he
old
I catch it all the
advice.
time, and he
Yeah.
tells me like straight away like, yeah, you're right, thank you. So
Yeah.
it's it's little things like that. I mean, we're just homies. I mean, we'll play. Now that I'm about to be living by him. and-
Peach State boys.
Yeah.
yeah, we call ourselves the Peach State Trio. Me, myself, Dylan, and Versola. But yeah, I mean, now that I'm about to be, I mean, when he lived in Roswell, I was playing 2 or 3 casual rounds a week.
He's way up north now. Though,
Yeah,
right?
and now he's way up north. So, but I'm about to be a little bit closer to him. So
Nice.
hopefully roommates after too long. So
Hell yeah. Cody,
Yeah.
you were also at the tournament?
Yeah, it was fun. Wes Campbell and his dad Dave, dude. that course is amazing.
Yeah,
That's
How'd you shoot?
I had some good holes.
No, we're avoiding.
You had good holes.
I shot really good, dude. So crazy enough, one of the holes that has been my nemesis, hole 3.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I took a birdie on
All right.
2 out of the 3 rounds. One of the rounds, I had to throw a crazy turbo over some like crazy bushes, 15 feet from the basket, and I just like.
To get the bird?
And get the bird.
You
You
did?
know,
Piece of pie.
and like,
Oh, I'm so jealous. I've
and
never
it
done
was
that
like
in a PDGA
lofted.
round.
It was
Nice.
lofted. It was like I was like, oh, I shorted it. It was like I barely hit a chain and dropped it in the basket.
No.
It's so
The whole
funny.
crowd was
Yeah.
like, oh, dude, this is so
The
cool.
whole-
like,
Now, how big was the whole crowd? When you say the whole crowd, was it
Yeah,
4
we were
people,
playing
6
five.
people?
the whole card.
The whole card.
The whole
Oh, I'm
card.
So
sorry.
there's 5 more of them.
So,
I
yeah,
thought you meant the
four-
whole
four
crowd.
more,
Like there was
yeah.
this giant.
But
Yeah.
it was to finish the round as well. It was the last
Oh,
hole of the
yeah, that's
round. Yeah.
Nice, but
That was,
it's gotta feel
that was
that.
cool.
So it was kind of like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to turbo this
Yeah.
over the bush
Well,
anyway.
there was no option. I'm telling you, when there was no option, there was no option.
You had to resort.
I had
to
to
this
reach
weird-
out and pray that I put enough Anheuser on the
Let
turbo.
the gods of '90s disc
Yeah,
golf
whatever.
guide you.
Yeah,
kind of thing,
please,
yeah.
just
That's cool as hell.
yeah.
So,
it was
so
fun.
Kate, you played as well,
I sure did.
and how did that go?
Well, day 1 I played really well. I'm very happy that
Yeah.
my ratings were over 800 for both rounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope!
Now,
I'm
what's-
so happy
Yeah,
about this.
high fives all around. But what's your normal rating? What is your rating right now?
My rating is like 760 or something.
I mean,
feel
the
those
average
rounds,
is like 40 points over your ratings. And that's pretty good.
I mean, that's huge.
I'm about certain to
that's-
beat
really
some of
happy
those
with
rec
that.
players.
You just fucked up the bell curve for everybody else.
Yeah,
real,
how did
yeah.
that?
Yeah,
But you felt good about your round.
I did.
Yeah.
Not today's round was not so great.
I mean, but you had a cushion. You could,
I had enough
you
room
could kind of
that
just cruise.
yeah.
Did you know that going into like last night? Did you like last night? You're like, oh well, you know, I'm pretty good. I'm just
I was
gonna
feeling pretty good.
have a beer or 2 more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
I mean, fuck yeah.
Totally good.
Fuck yeah, we're gonna fist bump on that because that's my. Before I even started tournament, that's my.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
so,
beer
yeah.
2 more.
Yeah.
Right. Just
When we
weird.
into today's round.
Yeah.
Shit.
So what was your final? You ended up in
First place.
First place.
first place.
Women's intermediate.
That's awesome. Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I got a kick-ass trophy.
Yeah, the trophies were good.
By
It's
jam
really
baskets.
Cool. Where's my
Yeah.
Dude, like McNaughton, right?
Yeah,
Shout
yeah,
out
McNaughton's
jam
basket.
baskets.
Dude, I ran a McNaughton and Dustin Penwright at
No.
Reed Inn. Yeah.
No.
On Saturday, I think it was a Friday or Saturday. I went out there middle of the day and I just literally pulled up on hole 1. I was about to get started. McNaughton with this stroller, because McNaughton's got a stroller now
Right.
for some reason.
Yeah.
He's always had a stroke. For a little while.
Old man style, I guess.
At
He's
least
like,
at Redani does.
he's like 28, but he's got a stroller.
He just likes to carry a bunch of stuff.
Sure.
Yeah,
And Penwright walked up, and they had just finished like 27 holes. They're like, we're not playing anymore. I'm like, cool. I'm gonna go shred the course. You want to watch me? And they're like, it's like, yeah, that's probably a good answer. I'm not gonna shred the course. But no, no, but they were just getting done. So Redander Day is what they were calling it. So
Okay.
yeah,
I saw that.
Redaner Day?
Redander Day. That's like the I think that's the casual like play whatever the fuck you want Redan Day. If you guys now, have you guys been to Peanut Dubs ever?
Yeah.
Of course.
Peanut Dubs. There's a question coming up later in the podcast about Peanut Dubs, and Peanut Dubs is going to be my answer to several questions in the podcast later. Anyway,
Oh, peanuts.
oh, Peanut
Peanut
Dubs.
Boy,
That's that was the whole fucking
I
thing.
try to
Just
make it
did.
down to Peanut Dubs at least once a year, just because.
Yeah. The fun times.
It's it's never a dull moment.
Dude, Peanut Dubs is kind of like that situation where you're like, oh man, my mama warned me about this, but
Yes.
but man, she just
But
kind
now
of
I'm here.
warned me about it. Yeah.
My mom told me not to do this sort of stuff.
But
That's why I'm here.
that's why I'm here. Real quick, national news stuff. We only got 2 stories to talk about. Number 1 is the fact that Steve Dodge and the Disc Golf Pro Tour finally threw in the towel and
Yeah.
said, and said, "Yeah, whatever. If you guys just fucking film our shit, please, just fucking film our shit and put it out. Whatever. We're not good at it."
Right.
I mean, that's kind of what
I mean, like straight up. At least he was honest about it. You know.
And definitely
Dude,
the best
for sure.
decision.
I mean, he definitely owns up to his shit. So.
No, dude, I will tell you
Credit to
right
him,
now, when
but-
Steve Dodge is out of a job because the GGPT is just fucking fold, which it'll do in like 18 months. When he's out of a job, I'll hire the fucking guy because he is the greatest PR man, the greatest fucking, oh man, I fucked up guy in the world. The guy is amazing at tucking his tail.
Better than Fry? The
Better-
Fry Festival?
Fire Festival, yeah.
Yeah.
You always
I always say
Dodge
that.
Dodge was a little more ahead of it than Fire Festival was. But Fire Festival was a lot more money.
Whoa.
But no, I think Dodge does a really good job. Like Dodge should be a politician. Is what Dodge should be. Dodge is very good. And I'm giving him all the credit in the world. I'm not talking.
I think
shit.
he would be a better PDGA president than a Disc Golf Pro Tour.
Does that say more about the PDGA than it does about the GGPT though? Does this say that the PDGA needs that? More?
I don't even know anymore.
What is the
Like,
first? I mean, it's an acronym, right? PDGA.
The professional disc.
Oh,
golf
wait. Was that first word?
DGPT disc
No,
golf
no,
pro
no,
tour.
no. The PDGA.
Professional.
The professional disc. Yeah, professional.
Professional.
Hot take incoming. I feel
Let that sink in for a second.
professional.
At what point is this sport professional?
I mean, it is frisbees in the woods.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Paul
We're
McBeth.
self-officiating.
True.
I mean, I saw so many foot faults today, and I didn't call them.
Because the whole setup for football is a little weird. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still kind of like fuck your card mate over and see if he doesn't fuck you over later.
It could have looked like I fucked somebody out of a win.
Right.
If I'd have called foot faults.
And I don't doubt that on Ricky Wasaki's cards. Like, his fucking jump putts are ostensibly easy fodder for football. Like, his, as much shit has gone on, like, he's jumping a lot.
I mean, you can jump.
You can jump.
But when you're going and you're throwing and, like, you hit your mini, knock it forward, that's a foot fault. Like, you're not supposed to touch your mark. You're supposed to be behind it.
Yeah.
If you lean forward on a putt and you step on your mini, those are little things. If you're off to the left on a going for a long shot,
Big
stuff
old
like that.
kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like it's not exactly professional.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think the PDGA right now, currently, this is the subject we're on.
Yeah.
Is not a professional subject. That's not a professional organization as a whole. I feel like they're
Even though they say they are.
Even though they say they are, they're in the market to grow the sport.
Are
in
they
air quotations?
Do you think it's maybe a thing like they're the only game in town, so they get to make up the rules?
Well, no.
So to say yes.
I mean,
they're developing an entire system, and they've got the system, but they're not trying to boost a professional system.
As an AM, it feels, to me at least, it feels bad when I look down and see my mini has moved after a throw.
Yeah, but nobody calls you on it.
Oh, of course.
No.
I play advanced mostly on the bottom card unless it's like a shorter, sweet course.
Yeah, Cody can birdie or die, but
Yeah.
no.
Birdie or die.
I know what you're talking about. Like, I feel the same way. Like, I'm constantly double checking my foot and my feet and my where I'm running up to and making sure I'm not doing the right shit. And then to just see somebody else do it, it's.
I think the onus being on the players. Like
Maybe
you were saying, it's not
I need
officiated.
to be the one that does.
It's not officiated outside of the card, and I think putting the onus on the players is a little bit. It's a little dirty. Like, you have to call your homeboy. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't not call your homeboy and then call the other guy, and there's so much innuendo to the round, and that's what golf is. Golf is a lot of innuendo. It's a lot of saying yeah, we're all.
But
gonna...
it's also you should call yourself.
Right.
I agree with you.
And that's what
no one's doing that.
Ball golfers do that.
Not very often. Not the ones who give a shit. The
ones that matter.
They do.
They have officiators that walk around with
That's
it.
true. That's true too.
Any question to Elia, there is a guy that knows the rule book inside and out standing with them.
The caddies know the rule book. I mean, spoiler alert, Tiger won the Masters today.
Hell yeah, shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Tiger.
Yeah, that was.
Tiger.
I hadn't seen the replay yet, but
Yeah, it was kind of
can't wait.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, Tiger's not going to break the rules. He knows not to break the rules. Like
Right.
that's the whole thing. I think in disc golf, maybe we're a young sport that's still working on that.
But yeah, we are a young sport, and it's still in like the works. I agree with that. But I mean, we're 30 years in, bro.
I mean, yeah, we're not that young. I mean, skateboarding is going to be an Olympic sport at some point, and disc golf is still kind of like that's what George Costanza did in that one episode of Seinfeld. You know what I
Right?
mean?
Yeah. It depends on who you're talking to, but most people, yes.
Yeah, I would say that's, it is what it is. Also, Jonesboro happened this weekend. It's funny. We are talking right now while Jonesboro is just finishing. So we're gonna find out.
Boy.
I know that our boy Cleveland, JCG 33333, came in 7th in MA40 and cashed.
Did he?
Yeah, in the amateur. He started in 11th today and got to 7th. And now that it's all over, Macbeth did win.
Oh, nice.
With a
The
minus
old
27.
Macbeth.
Oh wow.
Minus 27 over Garrett Gerthy with a negative 24.
Oh.
Dickerson
What about
with a
Cedar?
22 under.
He stayed at 22.
Third.
Eagle 21.
Yep.
Ulibarri 21. We go
Wow.
down to the people we give a shit about.
You see
Kevin Jones with a 15 under.
Oh, what about Brandon Brown? You see a Brandon Brown on there?
Oh, BB.
I'm looking.
My boy BB.
Shout out to BB.
Not too.
Oh,
Hi, I don't want to
oh.
talk shit about Brandon Brown. I'm not seeing a lot of Brandon Brown in the top 50. Oh, wait, nope. 42nd. One
There we
under.
go.
Cash?
This does not say.
Nobody's got cashed up yet.
Yeah, one.
How many
yeah.
people are total in the tournament?
The total for Open was they paid out to 122nd place, but that's through ties, so there might be more than 122. Huge open field.
No, there's 122 total or 250?
No, 124.
Okay, so they would pay out
40%.
80.
So 80.
Oh, judge our math, guys.
So I think BB got a little bit of money.
I think Baby got a little money.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's good, dude.
No.
Anytime you cash in a big tournament like that, that's cool.
I mean that's a big tournament. So
I've been playing a
fuck
lot
yeah.
with him. He's a good guy.
Good, great to hear. When we come back from the break, it's mailbag time. We have a lot of really good questions.
Break time already?
Then
Sweet.
after the mailbag,
Actually, before break, I have one question for you.
oh shit.
Oh,
Okay.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
So, what do you consider a bagger?
Me. No, I'm just kidding. That's gonna come up later. I'm positive.
Oh, here we go.
I
Okay.
think a bagger is someone. Honestly, like
And why does it matter? Never mind. I don't
all right,
care.
take a break. Just take a break.
No, that's a good
Why
question.
does the bagger matter?
That's a good question.
my question. Why does the
Uh,
bagger matter?
It doesn't.
Okay, well then
Par
we're
is
taking a
par,
break.
it
No,
doesn't matter.
we're taking a break then.
All right, we're taking a break.
Baggers don't matter.
Baggers don't matter.
Frolfer.com.
And after that whole
Be a bagger.
Be a
Be a
bagger.
bagger.
Bag all day. Bag.
Look at that.
Oh god, we'll have to call on some weird bagger shit. Okay, we have the mailbag now. This is gonna be probably the most uncomfortable.
Tyler Puckett, dude.
Tyler.
Tyson.
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 Sorry.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
fucking kidding me?
I played with 3 Tylers today.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Just because that's a funny story. Jake Phelps, Jesus Family Disc Golf, had some questions for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus Family Disc Golf was fun. They did the putter fiesta.
Oh, wow.
Putter.
So they had Lee Johnson come out, and basically, like, if they missed the putts from a certain distance, they had to eat a pepper and then hit the next spot.
Yep.
Oh,
It was fun.
boy.
Don't sign me up.
Jake Phelps had a giant sombrero on. It was super racist, but
It
it's
was
Georgia, so nobody
was
cares, so it's
hilarious.
fine.
Fun.
It was hilarious.
Dude, it was fucking hilarious. I'm not mad about it. It was great.
Heck yeah.
But he wanted to know, I'd like to discuss the wardrobe within the disc golf community. Who's got more swag than Ricky Fowler, which is a PGA guy? Does the PGA hold the swag title over the PDGA?
Well, duh.
No, hold on. What about old Drew Gibson?
What about Nico Lacastro?
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
like the Stuart Payne of disc golf.
But he looks
he's
like
like
Cleopatra every
John
fucking time.
Daly. Disc
Oh,
golf.
or John Daly. Yeah.
That's a good one.
But I
John
would
Daly's a
say
good one.
If we're talking best dressed,
Yeah.
week in and week out, I'm giving it to Drew Gibson.
Drew Gibson.
That dude
or-
looks sharp.
Yeah, I mean Macbeth. He had the Mac Pants tour.
The Mac Pants tour. Yeah.
When he had different colored pants at every tournament.
True.
I mean,
That's
but
pretty
when
good.
you're getting paid, you can change your wardrobe up.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
if
nice.
you're getting paid, that's great. So do we have an answer? I don't think we have an answer. I think that the answer is everybody looks good.
Oh well.
You know, disc golf has a totally different swag than
Yeah.
ball
PGA.
golf. That's like off the rip. Going back to the whole
Has
professional.
anybody ever seen Ryan Watson play disc golf?
Right.
Not in America, but I've heard his Canadian game is going well.
Yeah, he's got super swag.
Mhm.
Hey, super
Hey,
swag.
I mean, he throws the
didn't know
good
Watson,
disc golf, eh?
yeah,
He does. He's
but
Yeah, I
that's
mean-
just
puts
Like-
a lot of syrup on those discs.
I'm sure.
Oh, syrup.
A lot of
sure-
syrup on those discs.
I'm
Yeah.
sure a couple people might know him listening to the podcast, but yeah.
They got
He
It's just
listens to the
different.
podcast.
Yeah, he
For
does.
sure he
Yeah, he
does.
does. There's just different swag, you know, but I'd say when you have to dress incredible, you dress incredible.
Yeah.
But
Jake seems to think that either Big Germ or Macbeth kind of hold the swag title. Do you guys agree?
I don't look at other guys like that. I'm sorry.
I
fair.
love me some
Kate,
Big Jerry.
Kate.
Macbeth
Now we have
is
Kate
pretty
here.
sharp. I mean,
Macbeth dresses
he
sharp.
does. I don't really know.
Hannah does
I don't-
too, though. I think Hannah dresses well.
She definitely looks good.
Big Germ, I think the reason Big Germ might be in the conversation because he probably doesn't have the same options as everyone else does. Like he's
big.
an enormous.
Oh,
person.
yeah.
He's like 6'6",
Self-fitted.
6'7".
He's
So
get
he's
some
got to go to
fitted
the
stuff.
big and tall store. Like he
Yeah.
can't. He can't just go to PGA Superstore
Yeah.
and buy
It's
stuff.
even
So.
more
Maybe that's why he
expensive
looks
for
so
him.
good because he has to buy some off
Right.
stuff.
It's all
Not
custom
even
made.
That might be absolutely true. I think that's a good question.
Maybe.
Now Tyson Puckett had a few
Oh,
questions
boy.
because he always
Of course
does.
he does.
My boy Tyson.
Yes, sir. Great questions.
Let's
always.
see what tournaments are the Frolfer podcast's favorites. Austin.
Okay. I'll give you a top 3 because I can't be selective.
Mm-hmm. Well, as you said, just
In no specific order. A Hall of Fame Classic, Eagle Eye Open, and Ferguson Park.
have you won all
Iron
of them?
Leaf. No, I haven't won a single one of them.
Oh, but you love them.
I love those tournaments.
That's probably a great endorsement. Then.
That's why I keep going back to them.
You want
because
to.
I want to win them.
Ferguson Park. I think the Ferguson Park is one that a lot of people want to. Put
Not
on there.
Ferguson Park Open, the Iron Leaf.
Everyone
I
wants
mean
to
the
put that on
tournament
their,
at Ferguson, the B tier at Ferguson.
Everyone wants to put that on their hit list though, and that's
Right. I've won Ferguson Park Open.
nice.
I want to win Iron Leaf, the B tier, the big one.
Cody, your favorite tournaments in Atlanta?
In Atlanta?
Well,
Georgia.
that
Let's
was
go
the
Georgia.
the question was
Favorite
Well-
tournament.
any of them, I guess.
Okay.
But,
So I will go Crucible. 100%.
Dang.
that's a
Yeah,
good, that's a good
it's hard,
answer.
it's
That's
hard,
a great answer.
man.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, Crucible. I'm gonna go any event at Ferguson. We'll just combine those into one answer
The Ferguson event.
because Ferguson is just amazing.
Mhm.
And then the third one, and I hate to be that guy who designed it,
Oh, boy.
made it happen, and all that, but Fairways of Canton, man,
Ooh.
that event
I mean,
is
that was my first
so
win,
fire.
so I have a little soft spot.
My
Nice.
first win too. Shout out.
Oh, boy! Oh,
That's about as weird as that connection is.
I-
Kate, I want to know your favorite tournaments in Atlanta.
Okay, so my favorite tournaments are any tournament where I can go camping and hang out all weekend.
So anything up north.
Like Mountain Cove Classic a couple weekends ago.
There we go.
Always
Okay.
a good time.
We
There's
glamped,
one.
but
Very
whatever.
challenging tournament, but I love going to it.
Austin, did you glamped?
Yeah, we stayed in the cabin.
You did glamping?
Yes, but still, just as fun.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine. I mean,
But
you're,
yeah,
not,
yeah, anything
you're not cooking
camping,
on
I
your
love it.
stove. That's camping,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, and then 4th of July Classic. That's always.
Oh.
Is that coming back
Independence
this year?
Day.
Will there be another?
It will
I
be
hope
this
so.
year. It will be at Sequoia.
So I was dressed up real crazy.
Because there's not enough events at Sequoia.
That
I was
sounds
going to do it at
exclusive.
Boundary 1 and 2.
I like Sequoia.
Yeah, exclusive.
Yeah, that's an
That'll be
exclusive gift for us
exclusive,
at Frolfer
yeah.
Magazine. So here you go, Frolfer Magazine. We got an exclusive. We got a, and you have a
So
third.
if anybody comments right now, they will be in on the 4th of July Day Classic.
That's big.
At Sequoia.
We'll have an invitational field of
It
people
will
who
be
listen to the podcast.
July 7th.
Let me just guess. It's
The
going to be
Sunday.
Jeremiah Ray. It's going to be
Brian Watson.
Rob Case, Rob Attaway. Ryan Watson's going to helicopter over from the border, and me. I think that's pretty much who's going to be on the invite.
All right.
Kate, do you have another tournament in Atlanta that
Third
you really
one.
like?
No, I don't know.
That
What?
you found it.
Third tournament. What do you do? What do you want to do every year? Anything else?
No.
Okay.
Well, you know what? We're going to get into that a little bit later. We're going to talk about getting more women into disc golf and making sure that part of the sport grows because it has to.
What's your favorite 3 tournaments?
My favorite three tournaments are terrible. I really love everything at Perkerson, like you guys said. I think
Yep.
Perkerson is a great course that gets underutilized because there's a stigma.
There's
of Perkerson.
things. There's
Yeah.
things that happen.
Perkerson's in
There's
the
like
hood.
it's like dark clouds hanging over Ferguson.
Yeah.
I think or something.
But it is probably the most PDGA styled champion course in the metro area. I would say. Hobbs is close.
Yeah.
Hobbs and Ferguson are
That's
probably
nowhere near Metro though.
right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
Talking
Hobbs and
metro.
Ferguson are the only ones
Inside
that are
the
really there.
perimeter, that is the
Well, it's
only
the only course.
championship level
That's the only
course.
course inside.
That's the only course inside the perimeter. We're gonna have DeKalb Memorial soon, but DeKalb Memorial's gonna be a lot. I heard like Dog
Yeah.
River, it's gonna be short and wooded.
Ooh, that sucks.
Well, yeah, we're gonna talk about Dog River here.
Yeah, I
soon
heard
as
about
well.
that.
But no, I love everything at Ferguson. I'm a big fan of the Oregon Park Ironman is one of my favorites because it's
Jesus.
not so much a disc golf contest
Shout
as
out
it
to that tournament.
Dude, I love that tournament. I played
4
it.
rounds.
I did it once, and that's all I needed.
Yeah, me too.
1062 in the final round.
I
dog.
finished.
Oh damn! And silver.
Oh,
Oh,
your boy.
So, your boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, small hit it. I love the tournament. I feel like every time that I play the tournament, I played it 3 times in a row. Skipped this year because for whatever reason the heat was just fucking my life up last year, and I was like, I'm gonna die if I play this tournament this year. But I feel like you get through 3 rounds, no problem. 4th round, it's either hole 3 or hole 4 where you're just like, nope.
It's
I'm
birdie or
fucking-
die
I'm
after 3
fucking
rounds.
done.
It's
Yeah.
birdie or die.
It's so painful at that point. But yeah, I love that Ironman. And anything at the Moe's, man. I'm a big
Yeah.
JP Moe's fan. I wish the Woody Memorial Blackball would happen more often. I wish it wasn't every 2 years. I wish it was
Yeah.
every year.
Yep.
That would be problem. I love tournaments at Redan. I think Redan's awesome.
I wish Redan would get a little revival on tournaments.
Dude,
No, they don't get a big showing because of the baskets, but
yeah, and what
nobody
happened?
wants
Like,
to put their ratings on that.
Redan is one of those courses where every shot you would ever have to have in disc golf exists at Redan, but they're just not as long as in the tournaments. You know, people want to see
Right.
these 450-foot turnovers. They want to see the 350-foot turnovers.
Not really.
I don't know.
I prefer that style.
I do too. I love the touch of
Yeah,
disc golf.
yeah, I do too.
All right.
Cool. Tyson Puckett again.
Okay.
He's got a lot.
Yeah,
It's
he's
gonna be
juicy.
fun. Which of the Frolfer podcasters smells the worst? And he said, being half Polish, he assumes he knows the answer. That would mean he thinks that I smell the worst.
It's
but
absolutely
I
wrong.
don't think that's true.
It's
Definitely Cody.
absolutely wrong.
Absolutely wrong.
Absolutely. It's
Cody wins this
100% Cody.
It's 100% Cody, but that's not derogatory. Like that's
No,
just
I
what it
don't.
is.
I
Like,
don't care.
we
I
know each
don't
other.
appreciate that they
That's part
put.
of Cody.
I don't appreciate that they put metals in deodorants. And so
The
I like
aluminum and stuff, yeah.
I like to use an all-natural deodorant.
And that's the weird thing. If you ever look at one of those...
Which means I don't use deodorant.
And when I don't have it, I don't use
think about
deodorant.
it. You look at those certain dry things, like the certain dry or the weird drying deodorants, they're literally like aluminum and magnesium alloys that just clog it.
Here
It's
goes the
literally
conspiracy.
fucking
Good.
weird. Yeah. I'm not trying to
But
be
I
weird.
will tell you,
Uh-huh.
it's pretty bad after 2 rounds. I was gonna say it's not that bad, but
No, Cody gets a stinking one after 2 rounds.
yeah.
Hey, if you guys have not seen Cody, Cody looks a little bit like the Geico caveman if
Polish.
they shave their...
Definitely Polish though. I
Yeah,
am
you
Polish.
have some Polish. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the funny thing. I'm a Weslowski, you're a Vitali, but you have the Polish
Well,
stank
okay,
about you.
so grandma came over on the boat.
That's France.
the
On
boat
the boat?
from
From Poland.
Poland.
Yeah.
And grandpa came from Italy.
My grandpa
So-
came over on the boat. He was conceived in Poland.
If you
born
guys
in
could
America.
see me right now, I'm pretty sure I'm way more Polish than Italian.
You definitely don't look Italian. Like you are pale, pinky, shitty color. You look like Pepto-Bismol. Really. So I guess the answer, Tyson, sorry to embarrass you, but it's definitely going to be Cody, self-admitted, and not,
Oh yeah, dude.
not
I'll take
Adam,
that.
who is absolutely
I'll
Polish.
take that all day. My
He
wife
wants-
still loves me though.
He wants to know why you smell the worst. I think we explained that.
Yeah. Polish.
His next question was, which of us has the best turbo putt?
Obviously, Cody, he made a birdie putt.
Oh,
with it.
dude, no, it's gonna be me, dude. So today on a hole that was my nemesis hole. So if anybody wants to see what this hole looks like, go to Here and There Disc Golf and go to Eagle Eye Open, and I filmed the hole. I filmed every single person that year throwing off this hole.
What year? Which year?
Oh yeah, cool.
20,
15.
not
15? 2015.
Okay.
Okay, I filmed everybody. So that was this hole. So
Mm-hmm.
I threw this sweet fucking D1 Max anti-flex
You prodigy nerd.
right by the hole.
My favorite dish.
Okay, and it was grown up, dude, and there was new trees sprouting, and I was like 15, 20 feet away. And the only thing there was like a turbo or like some like stupid, I don't know, softball shot or something, you know? So I'm like, okay, I'm going to turbo it. And I throw the little turbo with the putter, and it lands, barely hits the chains, lands in the basket. I'm like, let's go. To end the
That's
round,
amazing. Yeah.
to end the 2 worst rounds ever.
I personally have never thrown a turbo in PDGA
So you're one of those
tournaments.
guys. Yeah,
You
you're
never
one of those
had to
guys.
throw in a turbo.
I probably needed to throw a turbo, but I did not throw a turbo
Fair.
because instead I just laid up and took what would have come.
Okay. I've had some bad turbos. Kate's seen one of the worst turbos in my life.
But
And I
that's
think-
what I'm saying. I'm afraid of
It
getting
can be
over on it and hitting in the back.
Or
Let's just say I
blowing
hit the
away.
basket and it just takes off on a roller.
Yeah.
I don't like taking my chances. I'm just gonna lay it up.
Brandy Bomblin, if she's within 20 feet, she's turbo button.
Yeah, so Brandy and I don't know if Brandy and I ever played together, but I have this funny thing I do where I am 100% on turbo putts through 2 years. But
Inside
they're all
of 5
within
feet.
6
When you
feet.
play her,
No, period.
you
Within
and
6
Brandy should have a turbo competition.
I think Brandy and I would probably have the best time playing around together ever.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I
No, if you play around with Brandy,
Brandy's
it's gonna be
awesome.
the best time
Yeah.
ever.
Brandy's
Anyway.
just amazing. Anyway.
we, by the way, Frolfer just sponsored the Springtime Classic at Little Mulberry. We are going to be a caddy book sponsor, as well as we're going to do a women's only CTP with cash and
Ooh.
plastic prizes.
Cash
So,
and plastic.
yeah.
What?
Dope.
Brandy's going to pick out the hole, and we're going to do it. So, yeah,
Sweet.
fun stuff. Yeah. No, I'm a turbo putter, but like I said, I do it within 4 feet, and I'm 100% turbo putts for the last 2 years. I haven't missed one.
That's
Within
dope, dude.
4
Because
feet.
I'm actually 100% putting with my driver too.
Within 4 feet.
What the fuck?
Within about 5 feet.
I think it'd be really funny to have a thing where you just challenge pros to hit 3 turbo putts from 30 feet with their drivers.
No, couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it. You couldn't do it, but maybe some of the pros,
How many
the real
tries?
pros,
The real pros.
the real pros lost in the
The
room.
real pros. Calm down, Austin.
Sorry.
Apparently,
sorry.
you're not a frother.
And then
Be humble. Sit
we
down.
have an excellent question from Tyson's wife, Lexi. Lexi
Yes.
put in a question.
Lexi,
Asking,
hey,
I
Lexi.
love Lexi. What are the odds that what are the odds of Tyson staying home and letting me go out and play the Hall of Fame Classic while he deals with the 2-year-old baby, or the 2-week-old baby, excuse me.
Till they're all dry.
Did Lexi say that or Tyson say that?
Lexi said that, and this is the antithesis of the
Lexi
question
wants
that
to play?
Tyson asked on maybe, I think it was episode 3 or something.
Lexi's gonna play.
Yeah, Lexi's saying,
Lexi
like,
wants to
let
play.
Tyson stay home and she'll go play.
Kate will drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Tyson
that's
needs
it.
to stay
there
home.
he goes. Yep. Tyson, sorry.
I mean,
Tyson, man.
It's
she's,
been decided, Tyson.
Yep.
Yeah,
Kate.
she-
You're
Kate's
staying
gone.
home, and she gets to play this time.
she suffered for 9 months. Now you guys suffer for a week.
That's a good point. That's a great point.
Yep,
because-
Kate's
I mean,
driving.
is it really?
Get back in
Is
her
it
game.
really suffering?
You and
Come on,
you and her
good job.
get to go to the Hall of Fame
Let's
Classic.
go.
You guys can sleep at Zach Schaefer's house.
Lexi,
I
if
guarantee
you,
it.
Or you
if,
just stay in the
Lexi, if
camper
you
with us.
make this work, Lexi, I will go and caddy for you. I'm saying that right now. I'll caddy for you. I'm
There
not a
we
very
go.
good caddy, but I will bring a lot of salty snacks.
Ooh.
Right.
Nice.
And I will
Sweet.
take all the advice that Kate Vitali gives me.
Ah.
Because I am not that great a player. But yeah, I think Lexi. I think this is a move, Lexi. I think you. Well, I think I said this last time. You rented an Airbnb near Abilene. You bring whichever mother-in-law is more into
No, there's camping there.
whatever. No, I think you get an Airbnb with a hot tub. You get whatever mother-in-law wants to cradle the baby more. Let them fight over it, and you guys both go.
Hey, there you
And
go.
then you guys arm wrestle in the morning for who gets to play. I think that's maybe the best one. I think Lexi wins.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Speaking of arm wrestling,
Mhm.
I challenge Evelyn Hadley to a push-up contest today.
Evelyn Hadley, not
Evelyn.
Jimmy.
No.
No,
Evelyn.
no.
Okay.
Jimmy
Yeah,
didn't
you
want
gotta
that.
ask.
How did that?
Jimmy didn't want none of that.
How did that go?
Oh, she was smiling at me when
She
I
was
was
just
breaking at my
cheesing at
breaking
him the
point.
whole time.
You were literally like driving, and she's like,
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes,
they were
that's
at 50, they were at
exact-
50 push-ups, and Cody looks up, and she was like, "You ready to go for some more?"
it was
That's amazing.
It was
I love
20.
that.
It was 28. Okay, it was 20. I didn't know I could do.
fabricating even more, bro. Oh, come on, I was trying to help you
I
out.
know.
If you're gonna tell them
I
the truth, tell them
know.
the truth.
But
It
they
was
were.
21.
But so people, they were real push-ups. My chest was hitting the ground.
Oh, yeah.
They were real
Everybody,
push-ups.
everybody
Oh,
will.
As
contest
opposed to
that.
fake push-ups.
You know, he
Well,
What's
he's
up?
going
he
all
dropped
the
the
way,
knee
is
on
what
one
he's
of them.
trying to say.
Did I?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, fuck you. But
Have that off.
but nobody. I will tell you this: nobody in the circle would have done better than me at that challenge. I will say that right now.
Who else is in the circle?
Oh, you think
I
you
want to
could have
know.
done 28 real
But I didn't
quick?
want none.
Because it wasn't
None.
slow. It was
I-
1, 2,
I
3,
feel like-
4, 28.
I feel like I'm about to film
I can
you
do
and
it.
Austin.
Oh, I will go
in a
right
push-up
now.
contest.
I will go right now all
I'll do
day.
it on top of a beer can.
Okay. let's
What?
Well, we're gonna
Yeah.
film that. We're gonna take a break, and we're gonna come
No,
back
he won't. He won't do it.
with Kate Vitali, our
You'll do
fantastic
it?
guest.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Great to be
You'll
here.
do it.
No, I'm not doing it.
Okay.
Uh,
that's
what
I
about-
thought.
Yeah, but that's.
It's
I'll give you
not
the
how an
answer.
interview works.
I can't.
I mean, I think that's what it is. Oh wait, we did have some local shit to talk about.
Okay.
Austin is definitely on his phone right now playing video games.
No, I'm watching Tiger. Somebody recorded Tiger.
Walter Jenkins is the PDGO president.
Oh yeah, Walter, dude, I love Walter.
Dude, I'm into it.
He's a nice guy.
I don't know what else that means for the ADGO.
He
the
said
Olympic Health Fund.
he told me he does not, he's unemployed right now and he's
Okay.
focusing all his momentum on disc golf. So
Well, I mean, fuck yeah.
that sounds fuck yeah to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say Atlanta's got a huge scene. Like it needs someone who's pretty dedicated. That sounds awesome. So he seemed really right. We saw him at a Hobbs. I think you and I both saw him at Hobbs. Right after this had happened, he seemed very excited.
Did you get an NGO tag?
I did. I'm number 43.
Ooh, let's play, dude. I got 50.
I'll play with you. I mean, you can
Got
take
42.
you can take my 43.
I got
dude,
42.
Let's all go play and let me get that 50 tag.
We're gonna go to Sequoia or
No,
Dupree.
let's go to Redan and see what happens.
Yeah.
Redan, Mosley, or McCurry
No,
because
let's go to
those are
Sequoia.
my.
I just got to get my rounds in so I can play them for that now.
You get 7 rounds or something. Again,
Alright,
let's you and I just go back
Alright.
and forth constantly and just play the same.
We'll
What do
just
we
call
got?
it Frolfer events.
Oh,
Yeah.
Frolfer. Speaking of Frolfer.
Haywood Valley. I think we probably talked about Haywood Valley. Austin got second. Cody, you got 20th or 20th.
Something.
What did you get, Kate?
Kate got first.
Kate got
Thank
first.
you.
Next weekend is the Masters at McCurry, which is always fun. Austin, I don't think you're involved in that, but Cody and I will both be there.
No, Masters at McCurry?
Yeah, are you there?
No,
No.
no.
Why not?
What's next weekend?
Masters.
Nothing else.
It's 420.
What are the dates?
Are you gonna be at 425?
No, but we will be.
It's 420.
It's,
Unless your cousin's a vendor again. And
we will
get it
be
free.
enjoying ourselves at
Sure.
home and cleaning the house.
Do
and-
you guys want to
Yeah.
come over after Master McCurry at my house and just watch soccer and also enjoy herbal medicine?
Absolutely.
Okay, fair.
I'm in.
Fair. Well, that's all I got for that. But we have a guest for the first time on the podcast. We have a guest. It's Kate Vitali. She's been here kind of yapping at us intermittently during the first
A
three
little
sections.
bit here and there.
This is official. Kate
Here and
Vitali.
there.
This is Cody's wife. Kate also plays beyond being Cody's wife. That's not a fair expression of her.
No, she's
That's
way,
how, that's
she's
how a lot
way
of people
better
know
than
me.
Cody.
though. I'm Cody's
But,
wife.
but that's not a fair expression
Okay.
of you. You are much more than that.
Thank
You've
you.
been playing disc golf for a very long time, so we have some questions about your disc golf history. Is that good with you?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I want to know what was your first experience with disc golf? Did you go out?
Okay,
yeah.
first experience ever. Cody had discovered it by watching a YouTube video or something with his buddy. They went out and bought a couple discs somewhere, some stupid disc.
You've heard the story.
Okay.
A wolf and a.
Yeah,
They've
you guys
heard the
have probably
story.
talked about
It's on the
this before.
podcast,
Okay,
yeah.
anyways. I met them out at Oregon Park one day, and they were throwing off a hole one, and I watched them a couple times, and somebody gave me a disc, and I threw it, and it kind of went far, and it kind of went straight towards the basket, and I was
You
like,
got
oh.
you got a nice
I
turn.
was like,
turning.
okay,
Yeah.
I could see how this could work. All right, and then
You felt the pop.
yeah,
Yeah.
I felt it. Yeah, first throw, I felt it. I was
That's
like,
awesome.
okay, I could do this, and then I did. I just kept playing with them, and then first tournament was Trilogy Challenge at Oregon Park.
Okay. There,
Played
Oregon
with
Park's fun.
Forrest Calloway was the one who taught me tournament rules.
And
He had
Forrest
to-
is
he
the
had to
guy
play
who
with
learned
me.
rules from because Forrest is
He's a good guy to start
he
with.
is a strict
Yeah,
disc golfitarian.
exactly.
I think
He
is-
taught me well.
I've
know the
watched,
rules.
I've watched him lose his mind a few times, so I'm sure he understands.
See, I've never seen that side of Forrest. I love Forrest to death. Forrest, I love you.
Yeah, he's great, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to see
Okay,
that
what
side
was the
of Forrest.
real first PDGA tournament?
Do you even remember?
I don't remember.
It was go. It was go moment from there on out.
Yeah, I mean, we got into it, and I mean, I signed up with when Cody did,
Yeah. And you love it, obviously. Playing
and I love
for
it.
A very long
I
time.
keep playing. Yeah, about what 3,
4
years?
5, 4 years.
4 years.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah, 4 years.
Obviously, there's always the question of growing the women's side of the sport. In the big obtuse general version of this, what do you think could or would grow the women's side of the sport? Just big obtuse ideas. Like what's the most blanketing idea you have?
Well, it's really hard to get women into the sport because, I mean, I was fortunate enough to where I threw the disc and I was like, okay, cool, I can do this. But a lot of women,
Immediately, yeah.
they throw that first disc and they're like, oh, because they see these guys do it, or me. They see me do it, and then
They have a guy come
they
out,
try and
throw
they're
a
like,
disc,
I
and yeah.
don't get it. You know?
Yeah.
So it's hard to make them come back. So I don't.
Typically, you only see like the. I mean, you're definitely athletic, or you're taller, you're more gifted. You
What
generally
did you
only
do in high
I
school?
got
What was
something.
your thing?
In high school, well, I played a little basketball. I played softball a lot.
No volleyball.
A lot of softball. No volleyball, no.
You,
I mean, I played at my grandma's house volleyball.
did you get
back then,
asked
but
a lot to play
not-
volleyball? You're very tall.
Everybody
lean
asked me
person.
that, yes.
Yeah, but she grew up with
But-
2 brothers, so she was always, being competitive and doing
Yeah.
that
Right.
sort of thing. So
I mean, yeah,
That's
baseball and softball was big in our family.
that's kind of what I was getting
Go
at.
Cards!
Oh no!
Oh,
Podcast is over. Shutting off.
Jesus.
I'm shutting off.
Leave it alone, guys.
Oh,
Come on.
Oh,
But
no.
you're a baseball fan.
I've got it
So
tattooed on my
Yeah.
chest.
that
Baseball
game
fan.
is something to you.
Yes.
Do you still watch baseball?
A little bit, yeah.
World Series.
Little bit.
Speaking
Well,
of,
seriously.
Braves are on right now. But,
Yeah, I watch the Braves sometimes. We've been to a couple games this year.
Yep.
So yeah,
Sounds
no.
fun.
Generally, you only see the women. The women who take interest in it are the women that generally have some sort of softball, soccer,
Background.
volleyball
There
background.
is a lot.
Well, I mean,
yes,
you understand, like the arm snap, the arm.
Right. They understand the coordination that it comes with, whereas,
aim and everything.
some
you know,
women don't.
Like I'll tell you,
Yeah.
Zach Kilmer's
and they don't.
wife, Phoebe.
Well, she plays ultimate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's a.
And Phoebe
you know,
Cameron, they were Atlanta
It's
Phoebe for a while.
so
They're
so
Indiana and
if
Atlanta.
if there's any women out there that play ultimate, please try disc golf.
And that goes back to like, how do we grow the sport as positive influences in the game?
Because there's a lot of dudes playing disc golf. I mean, disc golf is
yeah,
a
dude,
dude
there's
dominant
so
sport.
many
Okay,
dudes.
so-
It's like
Yeah.
going to a high school
Okay,
party
okay.
and walking
What do
in
you
and
have to
seeing
say?
nothing
I
but
mean,
What do you
We
think,
gotta
Dave?
get them young. We gotta like juniors.
High school.
We have to
school
start, like we gotta
age.
get them into it young when they can learn
Mhm.
and like get the hang of it and not be discouraged. When you're
Right.
young, you don't get so mad at yourself, you know.
Yeah,
I
no,
I mean, yeah, I got you.
for sure. We definitely need to grow the sport from the youth. That is a
Yeah.
huge movement, and like a lot of people are doing it with like the Edge program and everything. That's,
Yeah, and
that's
Steve
awesome.
Steve Jones.
Dodge.
No, Steve Jones.
Who's that?
Here in Atlanta, he got a course in his local.
Oh yeah, and even Brock
Middle
Woodall up
school,
in
Brock
up north, up
Woodall,
in Dalton.
and-
Like they're getting the kids going.
We're trying.
Yeah.
We're trying.
Good.
So
Yeah,
So
you gotta
Kate,
get 'em going.
I think
here we go. Another
I
kid.
have a question for you, Kate, and it's going to be uncomfortable for probably the rest of us. But
Oh boy.
is there a thing that happened during a tournament or during some sort of organized play that you were offended by, but maybe the men in the room would not have understood why you were offended by it? Is there something that happened during a tournament, a women's only tournament or a women's only division, that you think that men just don't get? Like we've just completely overlooked something.
I mean, I generally am not too offended by it.
Sure. Sure. But I mean, like,
I don't-
is there a thing that
What
we
is
could
anything-
change that you just think when you look at it, you're like,
You ever seen
That's a
another
man's thing.
another woman get like offended or like feel like she was offended by something?
Yeah,
that
just
the
like a
guys were doing?
story, maybe. I know, obviously,
You
Kate.
guys are trying to lead me on to something.
No,
that
absolutely not.
no,
Absolutely not.
No, we want the juicy deets, dude.
Yeah.
we want you to do
No,
this.
we
but
I'm
also-
not the lady to go to for that.
So easygoing, but have
What
you
we
ever
want- what we
been
want to
in a
do-
position where somebody on your card has been?
There are mixed cards, and I want to know. Maybe I guess my question
Has there
is,
been an old man that's been like
For-
nice
for-
ass?
for
No.
the TDs
No, I
that
haven't
might be
run into
listening, the few
at all.
TDs or the TDs that are listening now, is there something that maybe they've overlooked?
For the most part, all the TDs try to treat us pretty well. I mean, I feel like, you know, they start us on the close holes. They don't make us walk
Yeah.
far. You know,
Sure.
they're pretty, you know, and they always, I mean, sometimes they don't get us a trophy, but that's because there's not a whole lot of
There
us.
it is. There,
know,
there
I
it
mean-
is.
Let me tell you.
There it is.
I'm a red
That's
guy.
a big one. No,
I'm a red
that's
guy.
honestly.
I would love trophies up to third place. I mean, for women, I imagine.
No,
you guys
Kate's
don't get a lot of
won
trophies.
first and not gotten a trophy.
Of course.
Several times.
Well, but if there's only one lady, I don't.
If there's
I don't
only
really
one
know
in
how to
lady.
do it. If there's
Yeah.
only one lady signed
Well,
up.
then
But
you
we're
should be
saying-
allowed to play your own division. You should have to move to rec or something.
That's what I would do if I.
If
was
we
a
all go
lady.
by the
I would
rules,
play rec.
nobody. If there's 3 not in your division, I made Kate play rec
And
once or
I've
twice.
started to notice that it's posted on Wes's posted that. Or
Kate's
somebody posted
husband
it,
has made her
3 or
play
less
rec
doesn't get a
once or
trophy.
twice because she
Oh,
can't play her own division. So
Yeah,
But-
she
but
didn't
is that
come
okay?
last either.
no,
Is
she
that- is
did
that
not.
good or okay?
No, Austin
No?
was there. She did not come
No,
last.
it actually feels really good to play rec and not come in last. It feels really good.
Yeah.
I
Big
think.
boys.
I
love
think that
big boys.
probably
Fuck
is
yeah.
amazing.
No.
That feels great.
It was
It's a great
you.
feeling.
You were there. She
I'm-
beat you.
Listen,
No,
I don't doubt that
Just
whatsoever.
kidding.
I don't doubt whatsoever. But no, honestly, I'm just asking as
All right, we got
as a
some-
podcast of people who probably listen to this golf and go, well, you know, just like, what can we do to bring more women in? Like, is there does it have to do with separating the divisions? Does it have to do with prizes? Does it have to do with whatever? Like, what would make you more apt to sign up for a tournament?
Well-
There's camping involved.
yeah, she's
I'm
like-
in.
No,
Fun stuff, yeah.
if you're really trying to grow the sport, which most disc golfers play disc golf and they don't want to. I'll be honest. I'll be straight up honest right now, and they're just like, "Cool, we'd love to grow the sport and host the tournament to grow the sport." And then a bunch of women who have never played sign up, and a bunch of men who have never played sign up, and they're there with frisbees. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just. So we'd love to grow the sport, but only if you play it a couple times. You know what I mean?
Sure.
No, I feel like that's what it is.
Yeah,
And
There's not a lot of people out there that like really
that
truly
really,
teach.
really want to teach it and
There-
really want to. So let's host a tournament. No pros, no nothing allowed, and you have a bunch of noobs show up with frisbees. You know,
Right.
and they're just gonna be like, okay, cool. Well, it looks like one round turned into 2 rounds,
Sure.
or 2 rounds turned into 1 round.
But would that grow the sport equally to men and women? Or
If
would
the
it-
TD was good enough, if you
But-
had me and Austin out
Recruit
there,
the women.
we'd be like, okay, actually, tournament canceled. Let me teach y'all how to play this sport.
Thanks for coming out today. We're teaching you guys how
Sure.
to play a tournament.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Okay, let me ask you, if you were to walk out on a course on a Sunday just for the hell of it, and some guy was out there saying, I can help you disc golf better, would you, no, honestly, and this is an honest question, would you be more or less likely to take his advice than if it was a woman out there?
that's a hard question because she
It
has
is a hard question.
for Kate
She's
because
never
she has
really on a
Austin,
course
she has
without
Austin,
me or
Versola, and
I mean,
people
I
teaching
feel like
her.
I would be open to advice from anybody, but for a lot of women, I'm sure I'd be more comfortable
You could look at her and be
learning
like,
from
nah, I'm good.
a woman.
Yeah,
I got
no,
it.
Kate.
Yeah.
Kate would never be like, "Oh, here's some random guy."
And Kate might be a bad example. Kate is a very advanced disc
But she
golfer
gets
in
her
form.
advice from pro players that
Sure.
you know, and she's like, "Oh, you have advice for me?" I'm pretty sure your advice.
Yeah.
Are you Dave Felber?
I guess my question is,
who did I run
if
into?
we're out there and if we're out there at Oregon Park and we see a couple out there playing, and it's a guy with a bag and a girl who's just obviously just hanging out a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Is there a good way, Kate, to
So-
broach?
What I like to do
Mhm.
when I see that is I find a disc in my bag that's really understable that I don't use anymore because I can't throw it anymore, and I give it to the girl and tell her to try it.
This old dragon, this old whatever it is.
Try
Yeah.
throwing this, and then hopefully
That's right.
he
Yeah.
knows enough to
Sidewinder.
kind of teach her how to throw it.
Hopefully he does, right?
Right. I
And
mean,
that's part of it. Yeah.
And I will say, we've talked about this many times. The best advice you get disc golfing as a couple is not from your significant other.
Yeah, I can't listen to Cody.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's for sure.
that's for sure. And I think that's important. I think that's
You
important. that-
you have to realize that immediately. Do not take advice from your significant other.
I think it dumbs down the game a little bit. If you guys are both disc golfers, male and female, or whatever your relationship is, male and male, whatever. If one of you is saying like, you should try this, like, I don't think your significant other should be
Nope.
very involved with your disc golf form. Is what I would say. I would say like this. Your disc golf form is a lot like your fingerprint. It's going to be very
Unique.
Very unique.
Right. Like, I need to figure this out for myself.
Not even tell them what disc to throw or anything.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
there might be room
But other
for
people-
coming in and saying like,
Yeah.
"Hey man, like that D2 is just turning over. Like, grab a D3. Just try a D3, please, once,
Yeah.
or something like that." But yeah.
But
yeah.
she will take any advice
Now,
from
as-
everybody else.
As a couple, do you guys talk a lot about disc choices, or do you let Kate?
Oh, yeah.
Jamie, you let
No,
Cody play?
me and Kate talk all day, every day about what discs you need in your bag, what's working, what's not working.
I would like to hear about the time that Kate maybe fixed you on the disc.
Oh, there's
Some M4, M3 issues, I'm assuming.
There's a few times last
Cody,
last
stop
weekend.
throwing that disc. Go ahead.
I mean,
Do you
yeah,
have
I mean,
any-
I'd
you
like
would
to
have
hear
me
that.
come over.
do you have
and
any examples?
what did I told you to do
Next
something, and you changed whatever you were gonna do, and I forget what I told
So
you.
Kate one time is like, it was like over a weekend or two, and I really think it was the D3, and
Right.
like throwing it, and it's just, if you talk to a lot of pros and advanced players, they don't throw a lot of D3s.
I thought shit out of D3.
Yeah, whatever. I don't see one in your bag.
Well, he's
Anyways,
forehand. He's
anyways,
forehand.
but yeah, and she's just like, I don't think that D3 is working for you. And I'm like, okay.
By the way, for you guys listening, Austin is giving Cody the dirtiest look that has ever existed on the face of the planet
Yeah.
by this D2 comment. Just
Yeah.
put that out there.
3.
He's got 3 in
I
the
don't
bag.
throw the 2.
He
I
does,
throw the
no,
D3.
No, he does not throw the D3. So, anyway,
Says the guy who's not
so
carrying his
and she's
bag.
like, I don't think that's working for you. So I pulled them all out, and she's right.
That's right.
If you see somebody throw a disc enough times, you know what they need to
Just
be doing.
stop. That's
What's
Just
that
stop.
meme that's floating around that says, "Dude, you keep throwing that disc, but
I don't think you know
how
what
to
it
fly
does. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's a good
Is
disc
this
golf
really
memes.
a disc
Yeah.
shooter?
You don't got it. Yeah.
All
Kate,
right,
I
Kate,
have
here we
one
go.
more
We got
question
one
for
more
you.
question,
At least one more question.
and
but
I have more
maybe
questions. I thought of
I want to ask you because I played on some mixed cards where it's 2 of the women, 2 of the red players. So I'm a red
Yeah.
player,
I've
51.
been there.
Proud of my 851. Yeah, whatever it is.
I'm about to be there.
Is there a different vibe to you on these cards that are a little less
Pieces here. so
pieces
Pieces
So,
here.
we can-
Austin's or Cody's gonna. Is there a different vibe on the cards that maybe there isn't the I don't want to say the pressure of the card, but I'm saying like on a women's card or red card where you're like, oh, I'm on the top red card, I'm on the women's card. Does that change your game? Do you dial it down a back? Do you relax a little bit?
No, I love playing with guys. I don't mind it at all, unless you get a guy who gets mad at himself, because he's playing bad. That always sucks.
Those are always the worst.
Because
Yeah.
girls are always pretty good about keeping up, upbeat, and but
Do you feel you feel pretty pumped no matter what tournament it is?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I totally don't mind playing with the guys. I've met a lot of really, really awesome guys, that had to play with us, but turns
Yeah.
out they were on the fun card and
And
they
you-
don't mind at all.
And
That's
you
a
said
fun
had to
card.
play with us in the air quotes because I've been in that situation
Right.
and it's not an unfortunate thing. It's fun most of the time. In a women's only card, is there a different vibe than mixed card?
Oh yeah, we get dirtier when it's just the girls.
Really?
I
Is
think.
that one of those things like guys always talk about the girls' bathroom being dirtier? Is it dirtier on the card with women or?
Dude,
Definitely.
I'll tell
Yeah.
you what,
we
the
get
best,
pretty dirty.
best rounds I've ever played was on an all-woman card.
No bullshit.
It's-
I turned around about 3
Dude.
different times this
Yeah.
week, and they were all staring at my butt when I was putting.
No.
Austin.
Sexist.
Austin is. First of all,
they're so sexist.
let me just.
They're sitting,
read-
and then
I didn't look at those
then she
little
tells me
legs.
after the round that I looked cute and what was it?
Grab
we
Coral.
were checking out
Ooh.
your outfit.
Let me just explain this. Austin is very single.
Oh,
Very
here we go
single.
again.
Ah.
Single and ready to
Available.
mingle.
But we are today talking to Kate, and we're asking Kate, who's not awful single, a little single? No, not at all single, right?
No, I'm
Cody?
totally married.
They're married.
Totally married to Cody.
You said wife.
I'm sorry, I was being misled.
Are you
Just being a
sure you married this guy?
But on a women's card, is there a different? You have all women, and you only have to tee off, putt, record scores with women. Does it feel different?
Yeah, to be honest, I feel more pressure when it's all women.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get more nerves. It's silly. I don't know why. I
That's-
always have a great time, but
That's your competition.
But that's the
my
competition in it.
competition.
That's the competition. If you don't get nerves before you tee off in a
It's a little
competition, then
fire.
why are
Yeah.
you playing the
I
game?
definitely
Yeah,
always get nerves.
that
First
was
couple
nice.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What is the most annoying thing that's ever happened to you in a tournament? Maybe because you're in the women's field. Has anything just irked you beyond belief? Have you ever said, "This is absolute horseshit"?
These
Right.
things.
Well, there's probably been a couple like really long holes that I said this is horseshit because I have to play from the long tees, but
Sure.
Ooh.
I mean, or no short tees, but no.
You feel good about everything you've
Except when
done.
you get
Yeah,
stung by
I mean, I feel like I've been
somebody's-
treated pretty fair. Oh, the Yellow Jackets, yeah, no, but that's nobody's fault.
Why am I playing this fucking game?
Oh, Yellow Jackets, so yeah, don't take it with those guys.
Okay, last question. What is your perfect women's only event? I mean, if you would just absolutely pie to the sky, decide what you want to do. If you could do a women's only event, unlimited money, what would you do? If you could have Coca-Cola as a sponsor, if you could have Home Depot, whatever it is. Was the ultimate women's only event in Atlanta?
In Atlanta,
I would say, I mean, worldwide, sure.
Would you-
If you have, if
would
you
I
it-
have to
do
come
you-
up with a women's event right now. You kind of put me on the spot.
I'm
Do you
sorry.
think it
I'm
would?
You
sorry.
should have
Do you
you
think it
should've
would
warned me.
entice?
Shut up, Cody. Jesus.
Uh-huh.
Do you think it would entice more women to come
Flyboy's
play?
a super long course. No, women
Okay.
don't want to play a flyboy.
Okay.
No, nobody wants to play.
No.
Nobody wants.
But
Women
But
don't.
anytime
would
you
it
run an
entice?
event,
Would
Flyboy,
it
you
entice more women to
That's
come play a
That's
tournament if the tournament was completely paid for?
Yes. Would it, Kate?
Well, no.
If the tournament was completely paid for, like
No.
all the women have to do is
have
just
to
show up.
Oh, that would help. That would
Just
Show up.
that would
there-
help
You'll
a
win
lot.
free. You'll win free CTP cash prizes.
Give us prizes. We like
Yes.
prizes.
And then you'll get discs and rewards for like placing
And
well.
rewards
Women's sizes
for
and the
a
t-shirts.
giant term. Yeah.
Oh yeah, women's sizes. and
Women's
t-shirts.
sizes and the t-shirts.
Please.
Number one. Number one.
No XLs, baby. No L's.
Women's
no XLs.
women's
Yeah.
shirts.
No, just women's
person.
fit. Yeah,
Person.
not
Period.
men's
No.
shirts.
Not
But,
men's.
Don't give
but
us
we
men's
we
t-shirts.
could I guess the question is, as guys who are all, I mean, Cody is versed in running tournaments, and I'm a person who loves disc golf, and Austin is obviously in the world of it. As a women's player, what is the number one thing you want to see?
In disc golf.
Yeah, I mean, talking to the world of disc golf, talking to the 74 people who are going to listen to this podcast. What is the one thing, right? I mean, whatever. We got to be honest here. What is the one thing you'd like to see?
What's the one thing that needs to change about disc golf?
What brings the ideas?
I think a chance to be able to like play with pro players would be cool.
Kind of just mix
So
the
more-
cards
Like,
and say,
yeah,
More tournaments should
more
mix up
tournaments
the start.
where- yeah,
You
mix-
play with a pro at the beginning.
that would be cool.
you and Paige and
It's cool.
Paige and
It's-
whoever, all
yeah.
the pages, and then you.
It's really cool as a beginner to get tips from your idols. You know, like people
Yeah, you play with.
that
you,
you
that you
know
watch.
you've heard their name. You know they're good.
Would you? What do you think about like the clinics and things like that? Like Paige Pierce comes to your town and says, "I'm gonna do a putting clinic."
Yes.
Would you go?
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'll be there.
Fair enough. Cody and Austin, as guys who also play disc golf, who also don't probably putt as well as Paige Pierce does, because she putts better than everyone.
She's on a
God
job, bro. I
universe.
putt better.
Would you
My
go
ratings
to?
are
Would you
nerds,
guys?
dude. Come on, don't even say that.
Would you guys go to a Paige Pierce putting clinic? Because I know that I would.
I've already been to one, and no, I wouldn't go back.
I'd go to an Austin Lytle putting clinic.
You would.
You gotta
The
go
I would
fucking
not go to
Anheuser
a,
Flex.
I would not go to a Paige Pierce.
Hey,
putting
I
clinic.
don't teach I don't teach you how I putt. I teach you how to putt.
If you're
okay.
if you're over 125 and you put kind of the same as me, and it's what I go for, I will absolutely go to your putting clinic.
Gotcha.
So, but I'm sorry.
Kate, your favorite pro player is who? Who's your favorite pro player this
Top
week?
three?
I
Who's
like,
your favorite player
I
this
like
week?
Paige a lot. I think she's my favorite.
Is it
Paige
the
Pierce.
putting or everything else?
Pierce?
Yeah. I don't. Well, I've never
She's
met.
cute.
I've never met any of them in
Sure.
person.
Sure.
So
You've met some pro players though.
yeah. Yes.
Who's it? The Tucker lady. I think you've played with, right?
Kelly Tucker. Oh yeah.
Kelly
she,
Tucker,
She
yes.
plays pro.
She plays. She plays pro. Gotcha. I think that's it. Does anyone have anything else they want? Anything else they want to talk about?
The best pro. I don't know. I have a
Who's
lot.
your favorite?
I mean, my favorite.
Who's your favorite pro, Daddy?
I don't know, man.
Say somebody else other than Nelson. I'm just kidding.
Say someone that
I
Austin
was gonna
likes.
say Austin,
Like-
but
I mean, that's my favorite.
I don't know,
He's
dude.
gonna fix my
I
backhand.
really like old JC.
Josh Childs?
Yeah.
Alright.
Who's your favorite touring pro?
Touring pro. I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of any of them.
Alright. The Tropicalias are empty, so I think that's probably
No,
it.
I'm just kidding. Touring pro. I'll take
Bring me one of those beers, Austin.
I'll take Nico.
Nico? I like Nico's style.
He has my hair.
How about you, Kate?
Sorry, I wasn't listening. What
Touring
was
pro?
that?
Do you have a favorite touring pro?
Oh,
She said
No.
Paige.
Paige.
Paige, okay. Austin. Do you like Kevin Jones or somebody else?
No, Seppo. I'm sorry, Seppo.
Seppo's yours?
I don't know if he tours much, but
Cody says Seppo.
Seppo's 1000%.
Austin, where are you at, Austin?
As far as touring goes, I mean, I've played with just about all of them.
But do you have a favorite, though?
My
Exactly.
favorite that I've played with is probably Philo Grappoli.
Just a fun dude? Or,
He's or Greg Barsby, one of those two.
yeah. Barsby seems like...
Barsby is just like super chill, down to earth, and Brathwaite's the same way.
Hmm.
Yeah, I played with Brathwaite at Hall of Fame 2 years ago, and then I went out and played casual round with Barsby last year after he won Worlds. Boy, that was
Barsby on the uprise.
Oh yeah, dude. Barsby was. I was actually competing with him. I was like a stroke back, 2 strokes back after 18. We got 19 and we crossed over the runway.
And just ran over you? at that
Oh,
point?
dude, just ran
Duh.
over me. Just
Yeah.
like cannon 80 footers, 60 footers. Didn't miss.
I mean-
he birdied out literally the last 8 holes.
I throw Roadrunners, so I love Barsby for the Roadrunners, but that's it, yeah. Cody, you.
I like Barsby.
What'd you got?
What?
You just look like you want to talk.
A question for you.
Here we go.
Do you think you'll be better, the same, or worse in 2 years?
I think I will be
I
the
hope
same in 2 years. I think I've peaked.
Okay.
I think that Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you guys haven't come out and helped me, so I'm stuck here.
How do you think I got better, homeboy?
What?
How do you think I got better?
Well, hanging out with Sola is how you got better and hold.
No,
That's
he didn't,
how.
he didn't hold my hand through it.
No.
I went out into the field and figured it out.
I understand that, and I've gone to the field and figured it out, but I'm also I'm going to be 37 in April.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks?
No. This is my plan. I'm going to guilt trip all y'all into making me good, so when MA40 hits, I can just murder MA40.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping
it.
to.
Well, that's my plan.
You're hoping we can make you good.
That's what I meant. MB40.
Kate,
I'm literally going pro.
Apparently, Kate's
that's my
the
goal.
only one.
No
that
matter
should be
if I'm
teaching.
good or not, I'm gonna go pro at MB40, and if I make $0 or $1, what the fuck ever.
Better
I'm
than
playing
all the
disco.
plastic that you already have.
Bet
Right,
you-
because I'm throwing Roadrunners, and like no one's putting out Roadrunners in their fucking
Their
players
pants.
packs. There's no Roadrunners and Sidewinders
what I
and
wanna
Leopard
do?
3s in the players pack, so I'm good.
I wanna do a slow mo of Austin's sidearm and Kate's sidearm.
Dude, I think also real quick before we finish the podcast.
So
There has been a little bit of controversy in Atlanta
okay.
this week about the pars at Frog Rock, and I think it would be absolutely
Atrocious?
no, not atrocious.
Stupid?
No,
Okay.
I'm not talking about the ultimate goal of the thing. I'm saying for the four of us, Kate, Cody, Austin, and I, to go out and play, record our scores on camera, and just let that be the tail of the tape on those
When
pro.
Austin shoots 18 down,
Right, those pro baskets. I think that's a. I mean, the course designer is weighed in. A lot of other people have weighed
okay.
in.
If anybody wants to know, I have no problem saying this. Troy Burns raised money to get 18 new baskets at Frog Rock to make it 2 tee pads.
And
per
no one is
hole.
ever gonna bitch about new baskets.
Yeah, no, who cares? Nobody. That's awesome. Thank you, Troy. First of all,
Yeah.
okay. So now it's two tee pads,
But
2 tee pads per hole, 2
Two
baskets.
baskets.
Well, there was
per
already
hole.
2 T-pads and 1 basket per hole.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's now the Oregon Park style.
So now it's got Oregon Park style, 2 baskets on every hole, 2 T-pads on every hole. You make
Okay.
your own layout.
Can I tell my story now?
Yeah, there's definitely some
All right,
controversy.
I'm just
so
clearing it up.
and so Troy, we did that. He did that, whatever, and he thinks that every hole that is there, even though we have 4 layouts at this point: short, medium, medium long, and long, or short, medium long, whatever you want to call it. There's 4 layouts ready to go right now. Okay, and he wants to say that. So, oh,
It's a par issue.
Begonia, today, dude.
beginner friendly layout, obviously, and then second one intermediate, third
Sure.
one advanced, fourth one pro.
And that's
So he
not
wants
out
to
of the,
change.
That's
Now
not
I'll
out
say,
of the
now
realm
I'll
of
say.
normalcy.
So he wants to change the par for the pro layout to, instead of a par 3, it's a par 4.
But now here's my question. I remember as a very new to disc golf guy, going to Lenora, shooting something like 12 down with 3 discs in the bag, because those pars are set up in this weird 70s or 80s version of par for disc golf.
Okay.
And so I went and I'm looking at a new disc or disc golf scene, and I'm changing the pars. I'm like, these are wrong. I didn't know what the signs are. Because I'm fucking dumb.
So it made you feel good?
Well, no. I'm just a guy who's just getting a disc golf thing that no one else is into it. Like, I'm just taking control of whatever it is. Some stupid shit, right? But is Troy doing the same stupid shit?
No, he's trying to make the course a beginner-friendly course. But you don't need to do that if there's 4 fucking layouts.
And the tough thing about Frog Rock is it's very flat. There's not a lot of elevation change. Like, the original course would
Here's a question.
would be Dupree with trees.
Okay, here's a question.
Sure.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
if a hole is over 300 feet, should it be a par 4? and under 400 feet?
No.
No, I didn't ask you. Kate, if it's under 400 feet, should it be a par 4?
Under 400?
It depends on the circumstance.
Like you
I
said,
mean, if there was a pond and an island, maybe.
I feel like a 400-foot hole could be a par 3. It just depends.
it's flat and there's a couple trees in the way.
Yeah, but, I mean, think about hole 11 at most. That's an island hole.
Okay, regardless
Skull
of
Island?
all this talk, the course designer designed the course to be what it is. The best course designer in Georgia agreed with the course designer who said what it was. The club agreed that course par
Which
should
club?
never
Douglas
change.
County?
Cobb County.
Douglas. It was Douglas.
It's
It
Douglas.
was Douglas.
Yeah.
It was both. It was both. It was Cobb and Douglas.
Well,
Because
Cobb-
Frog Rock is right on the border.
real quick, Cobb County Disc Golf is also under this week. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not.
But if you go
Next episode, we're going to talk about Cobb County Disc Golf and their goddamn
Okay, so
raise fee.
Troy basically brought 18 baskets. However he raised the money, I don't
He
care
raised
how.
$1,850 to buy baskets.
Yeah, woohoo. So
Well, I'm just saying.
he put them in. Okay, he put in these 18 baskets, and now he wants to change course bar. The course designer does not want that.
That's Raker.
The best course designer in Georgia, Ryan Harris, does not want that. Clubs around the area don't want that.
Do you think that?
And he's still going to do it, or try to do it.
Do you think Troy's just kind of hovering under the
I think Troy likes...
Parks Department hanger on this?
I think Troy likes to make people mad, and I get it. So his opinion is make the whole course beginner friendly, but why? You have 2 baskets per hole. You have 2 tee pads per hole. The course is already beginner friendly. Yeah. If you have a 330-foot par 3, oh my God, it's so far. Who cares? Like,
I
ridiculous.
understand the need for bringing people into the game that are people who go buy one disc and can't understand why it goes to the left. I get that. Dude, that was me. I bought a wolf. I was like, what's it going to look?
and that's why they have a short tee pad at the course and a
wolf.
short basket.
A wolf, too.
Oh, the
Wolf was
wolf,
my number
God.
one
A
disc.
wolf's a roller disc.
The wolf was a mid-range disc when I bought it because I didn't know how to play disc golf.
Alright, other than that,
Anyway.
The
Other
first
than
time I ever
that-
picked up a wolf, I
Boo! Yeah, I mean, dude, first time I played a wolf, I was 22 years old in Charlotte at fucking Renaissance.
nice.
Yeah.
Renaissance Gold. Nice.
Renaissance is not the disc, not the place you want to actually like learn to play disc golf.
That's where they played Worlds a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I learned that was my first disc golf course was Renaissance. That was terrible.
Yeah, Brisola and I actually stopped at Renaissance on the way back from Charlotte one year.
The water in the water mountains is the most delicious water I've ever had. That's the only nice thing I have to say about Renaissance.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I think this week maybe we'll come up with a time. We'll go to Frog Rock. The 3 of us will play it at 985,
888.
Oh,
888.
888. You dropped down, huh?
So
Well,
Austin
points.
over 9, Cody at 9-ish, and me at 8.
I'm at 991 now, by the way.
Oh, that's 6 points up from last time we talked to you.
Fire.
Listen, I can upgrade too. 851, highest I've ever been.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. So
Catching
Catching Cody hard.
well, I mean, I'm pretty good at disc golf. No, I'm not.
Alright, so what other questions? we
Sounds
got?
like-
those are all the questions. All
Oh
I'm saying
no, we got more questions.
this week, I think it would be very good if the 3 or 4 of us went to Frog Rock, played the Blue to Blue, and just kind of just said, this is what Blue to Blue feels like.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have more questions? Was that a thing?
I mean, if you want to see the course record, I'll take you out there and shoot it.
I mean, let's do it. Motherfucker, let's go Tuesday. Yeah.
Alright, Adam.
Questions for Adam, which has been
Ready.
the new Cody Vitali.
Alright,
thing.
so
Yeah.
you're still playing reg,
Oh,
right?
I am, and also
Okay, so
after
No,
last
no,
weekend, we
this
had
is
a
not-
we had a conversation about me moving up, and I played rec in the last tournament. I got 17th out of 33,
okay,
dead center of the pack.
and that brings up my question. What is preventing you, as a rec player,
Mhm.
moving up?
The fact that I am not dominating rec.
Okay. So you feel like most players who play rec have to dominate rec before they move up?
No. I feel like when I went to Hobbs last weekend, I had a bunch of fucking homegrown fucking assholes who maybe or maybe not had a PGA number and just shredded that fucking course.
Okay.
Well, I, as a guy who plays Redan or in Oregon Park all the fucking time, showed up and shot in the middle of the pack.
Okay.
Yes, okay. Here's. Oh man, you got me on a fucking turn.
Yes!
Yeah. So
Yeah, no.
851 is dead center of rec. I mean that is my this is the highest I've ever been rated at 851. I went to Hobbs and I felt good about what I shot Hobbs. I was middle of the pack.
Okay.
So why would I move up?
How would you have done an intermediate?
Different pads. There was no like easy.
Good
stuff.
question, Kate.
No, that's a great question. I thought about that. I thought about thinking like, well, what if I just compare the scores to moving up?
Right, if you could.
At Hobbs,
if
they
you
have
can.
4 different courses like front goes, and so I, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know.
I kind of understand that same thing. Like when I was coming through when I was making the progressions up, you know, I played rec at an unsanctioned tournament. I came in like second or third, and I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be in rec. I need to be in intermediate.
Mm-hmm.
Played intermediate, and it's kind of like you know, I was towards the top of the pack, but then.
But was there something about when you moved into intermediate? Was there something about your game that was far removed from the other people you were playing with? You were driving further? Were you putting better?
I could drive. I
Both?
used to be able to outdrive everybody in intermediate by about 20, 30
What about advanced? 10, 15 feet? Or?
And then I was driving about equal with the people in advance. I was maybe like 5, 10 feet further. But then I started to develop like a putt that was way better than people in advance. And then I won in a couple of advanced tournaments.
So
and
you,
I was like,
so you had drove through intermediate and advanced and then putted into open? Would you say that?
yeah, I'd say I'd always been an open level driver, like off a tee shot.
But your putting caught up.
And then my putting finally caught up in advance.
Nice.
Like yeah.
All right. Cody?
Cody's about to be back in rec, so he doesn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not
I don't
happy
even
about
know.
that.
I mean, if we're calling 850 rec, then 888's
Dude,
rec.
930
Right.
is or 900 is rec.
Yeah.
According to the PGA.
Bagger. We
We'll
going
do
back
it.
on this subject?
Yeah.
right?
Motherfucker, like, listen, I'm not a bagger at 851. Like, I've won 2 tournaments. That
Right,
are
but would Cody be a
unsanctioned.
bagger? But would Cody be a bagger at 888?
So if I
He just wants
jumped
to
out,
win a tournament.
if I jumped
Not if everyone
out,
gave a shit. Not if everyone said, like, the PGA rating is the fucking rule. If the rule is 900, he's not a bagger. He's in the rule. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Like, make the rule the fucking rule.
It's actually professional. We're going back to the way back to the professional thing.
That's PGA.
Okay, but whatever.
That's episode 2. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You see, we foreshadowed there. You guys.
I'll see you in
paying
rec
attention
next
all
Look
along?
at us
weekend.
go. Man, this is like Joe Rogan, but like way nerdier.
Well, guys, we did it. Kate, you got anything else? You want any questions? Anything to be
No,
known?
I don't like talking. It's been great chilling with you guys.
Thanks to Kate coming in. Obviously, we are trying to grow the women's game. Kate is part of that, so thank you for coming in. It is Adam and
Codes.
Austin.
and we are done. This is probably another 2-hour podcast, so have a good time listening on the
Woot
interweb.
woot!
Whoop whoop.
Pull over that ass.
Adios.
too.
45 and 2
Later.
zigzags.
Pull over that ass too.